up, guys? Welcome back to another video. Today's going to be a what I watched. I got 12 things to talk to you guys about, and like always, I got written down my books and I forget them. I'm actually using a different book this time. Pretty cool little book. I like this one. So starting the first one, I know a lot of people don't like this one. I liked it for what it was, but like I said, no one can ever touch the original. And this is the killer cut of Friday the 13th remake. I had a good time watching this one, but like I said, nothing can compare to the original. So yeah, so I watched that one, and then I watched this one on Netflix. This is the remake to Vacation. This was super funny. I was laughing so much in this movie, and you basically get to see like Chevy Chase in the movie. That was kind of cool to see him and his wife. But yeah, I laughed so much in this movie. This movie is freaking just so funny. I wouldn't mind getting this one in my collection if I could find it somewheres. And then I watched this one called Dead Heat. This was on Tubi. This was really cool. I really enjoyed this. And it basically had the dad that played in A Christmas Story. He was in this movie. So when I was sitting there watching, I was like, I know that guy. And then I kept thinking, I was like, oh, I know who that is. But it was kind of cool to see him in a different movie compared to Christmas Story. And then I watched this one. Oh my god, I've had this movie for like a long time, and it's one of those movies you wish you would have watched it way sooner when you first got it. And that movie is with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart, and that movie is called Get Hard. Basically, Will Ferrell's character pretty much has to go to jail, and Kevin Hart's trying to help him, like, kind of like be tough for him when he gets into prison. And it's so funny. Kevin Hart is really funny in this movie. I laughed a lot in this movie. Holy shit. This is a great time. If you guys have not seen this movie, you guys should really check it out. And then I watched, this was on Disney Plus. This is called Kung Pao. This movie is just a kung fu movie. This movie is just straight up ridiculous. If you guys have ever seen it, you guys know what I'm talking about. But if you haven't, if you guys have Disney Plus, you guys should go check it out. You guys will do some laughing. There's some stuff that they say in the movie is so friggin' like funny. But yeah, this one I watched a long time ago, years ago, and I haven't watched it since. And this is a skateboarding movie. This is called Grind. Pretty much about these kids that want to get sponsored. So, like I said, it's been years since I watched it, so I decided to check it out again, and I loved every minute of it. It's really funny. But yeah. And then from the Ernest collection, the first one I watched was Ernest Goes to Africa. That was hilarious. Ernest movies are just like the greatest thing ever. Like, he's just so friggin' funny. Rest in peace to Jim Varney. It's a shame that he couldn't have been around a little bit longer, because his movies was just like bizarre. So pretty much off this same collection, I watched Ernest in the Army. That one was funny too, especially when he had all those candies in his mouth, and the sergeant basically like punched him in his stomach, and he basically like Ernest just threw them all up on his face. That was funny, and then it was all stuck to his face, and then he like put a thing to like the truck, and then the truck basically came and friggin' hit him. But yeah, like I said, these movies are great. If you guys could ever find these, you can find a couple of these on YouTube. So, but I don't know about these ones. It also has its commercials on here and stuff that you can also find on YouTube to free to watch. So yeah, that's cool. But yeah, those are two great movies. And they're really not that long. They're like an hour and maybe 20 some minutes, 30 minutes. So it's an easy watch, but you'll do a lot of laughing when it comes to these ones. And then the next one I watched was Shout Out to Physical Media. This is a movie that she's been telling me for years to watch while it was on Netflix. And this is one kind of like I was talking about with the movie Get Hard. This is Ready Player One. Man, I had to watch it because it was leaving like on the 26th of this month. We're now the 31st today, so I had to watch it. So when I did, The movie was like 2 hours and 20 minutes, but honestly, it didn't even feel like that long. But there was one part where they're there and they're in the game and here, take this, like, and they're like, oh fuck, it's Chucky. I found that really funny, and like, the movie is awesome. Like, if I ever find it anywhere for cheap, I'm gonna have to pick it up. I can see myself watching that movie again. And then I watched this out of my collection. This is Welcome to Dead House, the Goosebumps. I haven't watched this one in a long time. Pretty much about this family that moves to this place called Dark Falls. And it's really cool. I haven't seen it in a long time. I heard the book was a little bit more different. And we got a purple case too. You know, my favorite color. So yeah. I got that one. It Will Just Kill You. So yeah, I watched that. And then I watched this one. I'm not going to talk too much about this one because you guys already know this one because I watched this one a shit ton of times. And that is Kung Fury. Pretty much about this cop that's basically going to go back in time to kill Hitler. It's on YouTube for free. It's like 35 minutes. Honestly, it'd be your best 35 minutes spent to watch that because it's so cheesy. You'll laugh so much. And same with this one. I think I only got this like last year, but I've seen it a handful of times back in the day from the library because I used to borrow it like all the time. And then I finally found it on Amazon and I decided to buy it. And this is basically a movie called The Stone Reader. It's pretty much about this guy right here. He basically reads this book that was published back in like the 70s, and this guy basically only wrote like one book and he wants to find out what happened to him. So he's asking all these people, oh, do you know this book? And they're like, no, I've never heard of it. There's a few people that have. But it's basically his journey trying to find Dal Mossman. But I'm not going to tell you if he actually finds him or not. But they talk about a lot of cool books in this movie. So that's basically what I watched. For this one I watched. If you guys like this video, like, comment, subscribe, join the Fam Nation member. Let's go, let's grow, and we'll check you in next one, and peace.